Hello everyone, my name is Minkwarrior. We're back playing What Remains of Edith Finch. Now I actually was looking at the Finch's tree, family tree. I think I'm missing Edie. So I'm not sure if I missed her? Uh, or maybe haven't found her yet. I kinda hope I searched everywhere. But anyway, there is a wall to climb here. And let's check out, I think it's the mom now. Lots of climbing, like she said. But she's 22 weeks pregnant. So, that's like 22 weeks. 4, 8, 6? 6 months? Wait, 4, 8, 16. Almost 5.5 weeks. And look at that. She has a view here of who's this? Dawn and Sanjay. Copy. Fly to India. Dawn Finch. Now, who is that?
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Sanjay? Dawn. Oh, okay. Here's the memorial. Not much to go, but...
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Oh, okay. It's not really a monument.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
That would be her brother. Oh, are we climbing up and up? Ooh, okay.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go.
Dawn.
I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Oh, variety of plants from mint, thyme, sage, and basil.
And to see kids in the house again.
Pardon. Oh, man. Wow. Oh. Pardon. Okay.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
It's over here. Okay. Plastic.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
This is a school. Oh, light's working. School? They have their own. Our family history, fact or fiction? Louis rules. Ah, look at that. They're not alphabetically arranged. That's terrible. Reading is a hoot.
But it didn't last.
Okay. Observation, question, research, hypothesis, experiment, data, and conclusion.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Well, how are we supposed to open that? It's sealed up.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
It is. Paintings. But there's no date of death. Still alive, I guess? Oh, here. And look. There's a lot of paint yellow. A door. Okay. Wow. And we're gonna go up, I guess. A castle. Wow. What's that? Extra. Wow. It's amazing. Ah, Milton. But there's no mark of 1992?
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
It's the door we saw on the first floor, the yellow knob. And he disappeared.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
That's weird. Oh, is this
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
what Milton found out? More of the family history, maybe. Well, okay, I'm stuck. We're gonna go around again. I'm gonna keep climbing up. It's a fantastic view. So keep climbing up. This is scary, man.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Okay, so we're going this way. This is Lewis. 1988 to 2010. Cannery, huh? Oh. Opens upward.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
That's a hookah, and that's a game console.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Well, at least he graduated high school. Whoa, bizarre, look at that. Legalized marijuana. And that's a bed. Oh, that's a... Ah, technology. Yeah, okay. Computers and movies. Lewis Finch locker contents.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
What?
wander.
Oh.
I asked him to describe it.
Oh.
He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved.
Man.
Bats.
So, I'm using the right thumbstick to take care of the fish, and my left thumbstick.
And toads.
Wow.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
Whoa. Okay, I'm multitasking here.
I worried about him then.
This is the kind of same attitude we do in our daily tasks. Give me that fish!
Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him.
Oh.
It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Lewistopia.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
St. Louis.
He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a
What?
handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her
Aww.
silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
I'm back.
Began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Just give me a second to say that. Isn't that what we do daily, every day? At work, even though our mind is at work, our imagination is flying and fleeting. But that's all the time we have for this episode. Maybe we'll reflect on that on the next. This is Minkwarrior, and I'm out of here.